Hi, my name's Claire. Welcome to this video. To all of you who want to start your fitness journey, welcome. First of all, let me say that's amazing. Now, I know there's a lot of information out there about starting your fitness journey, working out and nutrition. As great as all of these resources are, I get that it can be overwhelming searching through them and finding out the best way for you to start your own fitness journey. So here are the 5 things I wish I'd known when I started my fitness journey almost 4 years ago. If you are looking for advice on which workouts to do, how to build a training plan, on what diet to do, and the science behind your workouts, this video is not for you. I made other videos about that topic and I also made quite a lot of podcast episodes about that. So if you are interested in that kind of advice, please check them out. In this video, I am talking about my personal experience with my fitness journey and what kind of advice I wish I'd known regarding mindset, motivation, and how to keep going and be consistent to see those results you are wanting to see. So it's essentially about how to get going and keep going, most important of all. I want you to make your fitness journey as easy and as exciting as it can be for you. Let's get started. As for the first thing I wish I'd known before starting my fitness journey almost 4 years ago is nutrition science. Because if you are trying to start your fitness journey and you know how important nutrition is, besides of course also working out, and you are looking on which diet to do, how to properly fuel your body, it can be really overwhelming because there are always so many diet trends out there and diets that go in and out of style very quickly. So you might not know what to do or what will give you the best results, and also more importantly, what will make you feel the best. And there are many different diets out there. There's carnivore, there's vegan, there's keto, there's low carb, high protein, and I get it, it's a lot. And many of these are crash diets. They are extremely restrictive and not meant to be attainable. You can't live keto for your whole life. It's supposed to be a diet you do for like 3 to 4 months, and then after that, after you lost the weight, and you go back to a normal diet, to a normal way of eating that's of course still healthy, but not as restrictive as the diet you did before, you will gain all of the weight back, because that is not a sustainable way to do nutrition and how to fuel your body. When you restrict, your body goes in a state of starvation, and then when you eat normally again, your body thinks it has to hold on to all of the energy, as in food, you ingest in your body so that it can go out of that state of starvation, and you will gain body fat and you will not feel good again. So instead of attaching yourself to all of these diet trends, please invest the time to learn about nutrition science. Learn about which nutrients your body needs. So there's mainly protein, complex carbs, healthy fats, and micronutrients. And then also how much energy your body actually needs to function. And this is calculated by your basal metabolic rate, so the amount of energy your body burns by just resting, by just sitting or standing, not doing anything. And then of course also your activity, so your workout, and then also NEAT, so all of the movements you do, just as I am doing right now with my hands gesturing. That is not meant to be a workout, but still burns energy, of course, because you are moving your muscles. Learn about that, please. And then find a way to do nutrition for your body, for your lifestyle, that makes you feel the best and that is sustainable. So a form of nutrition you can do for the whole rest of your life. Because the truth is, nutrition isn't that complicated. We all know what we are supposed to do in order to lose the weight or to just be healthy and be the most fittest and healthiest. We are supposed to eat our veggies, supposed to eat our fruits, supposed to not eat so much processed food, supposed to eat in a way that we are not extremely full or also not starving. And just try to find a way that works best for you. And what I did after realizing this is I did 1 month of completely unprocessed food. So I get that this is again a bit restrictive because of course you can't eat sweets, you can't eat bread and all of that. But for me, it was not as restrictive as the kind of stuff I was doing before, because I could eat as much as I wanted to. And what I found is I didn't even want to overeat, and it really made me feel so much more energized and so much better. So I was eating oatmeal, I was eating fresh fruits, I was eating yogurt, I was eating skyr and all of these kinds of things, and not eating sweets or processed foods, also not bread or hard cheese or protein powder, all of these diet foods. And it really made me go away from my cravings. I didn't have cravings afterwards, and then I just found a way to do nutrition for me that is a good amount of protein, a good amount of complex carbs to fuel my workouts, fats for my hormones, and then also fruit, and from time to time also some sweets or kind of like sweet treats for myself so that I can keep going and I don't feel restrictive in my eating. And then the second lesson I learned might actually be the most important of them all. And it is, you gotta do what you gotta do and don't let yourself be judged by others, or more importantly, yourself. Because sometimes I catch myself looking back at old videos when I started my fitness journey of the kind of stuff I was doing, the workouts, the meals, and also honestly how I looked, and I cringe at myself and I'm just thinking, God, what was I doing there? I looked so dumb doing that. But you really gotta stop doing that. If you start judging yourself for starting at a low point, and of course when you start your fitness journey you are not extremely fit, you might not have the best endurance or the best understanding of how to do workout, how to do nutrition, because you are just starting. Don't judge yourself for that, and you have to do what works best for you. Let that be a home workout. And I did these like 10-minute Chloe Ting app workouts that wrecked me absolutely back then, and now I do them as like the most casual warm-up ever, and I'm thinking to myself, how could I ever struggle with that? But that's what you have to do. If a home workout or Pilates or cycling, table tennis, climbing, whatever works for you, just do that. And you might look dumb in the beginning because you are just starting out. And if you don't start, you will never be able to work your endurance up to get stronger, to get better form if you don't start. And if you start judging yourself for not being perfect when you are just starting out, you will never get going and you will never get to a point where you don't have to judge yourself. And of course, if you take the example of weightlifting, it is important to have good form when lifting, and it is important to have a good posture when lifting and good technique before you start incorporating more weight and lifting heavier. But most important of all is just starting. And if you start lifting and your form is not perfect in the first couple of months, that is okay, because what is the alternative? Lifting with bad form, in my opinion, is still better than not lifting at all. And of course, stay safe, don't injure yourself like I did countless times. But I think we are just so programmed to not make mistakes, to be perfect at everything we try, that we are sometimes just so scared of trying. And I see that in myself as well. I was scared of going to the gym at first because I thought, I don't know how to do this and people might judge me, or most importantly, I judged myself. I was scared of starting social media because I hadn't have any experience with that, of course, because I've never done it before. But guess what? I just started and I'm getting better with the time and I'm progressing, and you can too if you start. But if you don't start, you can progress. And then you will start judging yourself most of all because you never started and you never progressed, and you think to yourself in 10 years, why didn't I just start? Doing something with minimal effort or not doing it perfectly, but being consistent with it, will bring you so much further and will make you have such a good progress, rather than just doing something very inconsistently, very sporadically, but doing it perfect. So if you live with perfect form, really heavy, going to failure, but you only do it once a month, that will not bring you as far as doing a home workout 5 times a week, but doing it consistently. So instead of judging yourself and instead of expecting yourself to be perfect at everything you try, just go and just do it. And I know it's so much easier said than done, but if you don't do it, what's the alternative? Please just think of that and then find out what works for you. And it doesn't have to be the streamline running, Pilates and weightlifting. Try climbing, try tennis, try pickleball. It doesn't really matter what anyone thinks of you, as long as you get out there and you accomplish your goals. And then as third, we have to find balance. And I know many people talk about this, so I will make this part short, but it's very close to my heart, this topic, because I have quite the obsessive personality, and for the longest time I used to have this all or nothing mindset where I would do things like 75 hard. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a challenge where you have to work out twice a day, and each workout has to be minimum 45 minutes long. You have to eat super clean, so you can't eat any sweets. You always have to stay in your calories, or eat all your macros and all of that. Drink a gallon of water and read 10 pages of a self-help book and all of these different things every single day. And I used to do 75s back to back, so really just with these 2-week breaks in between where I would go absolutely crazy, wouldn't work out at all and just eat everything that came inside. And that really wasn't healthy for me at all, because I used to get so bloated because my body just wasn't able to process these foods that I was then eating in these 2 weeks, because all I was eating before was broccoli and apples and some eggs. And I just really didn't feel great in that, and I would always feel so guilty in these 2 weeks, but I also needed them because I couldn't think clearly. I was just so exhausted all of the time. And fitness should be a part of your life. It should not be your whole life, and you should not feel guilty if you missed the gym for a week because you are traveling or something came up. You have to find a way for you to incorporate your fitness journey, your nutrition, your working out and all of that into your life, and make it a part of your life that works with the whole rest of your schedule. Because as great discipline is, and I talk a lot about discipline, but in the end I think our main goal should be to be healthy and to be happy. Because working out for an aesthetic, and we will talk about this later, is fine, it's okay, I get it, but if you become obsessive and you get these quite disordered eating patterns, it will not be good for you. And then if you think, oh, I will just use mental toughness and I will do this restrictive diet and then have a cheat day, this is also not great, because that is not balance. A cheat day is basically just a planned binge, and to put your body in a state of starvation, to just go absolutely nuts for a whole day and eat everything, be super bloated, have constipation, and just feel so bad about yourself. That is also not good for your body, and especially not good for your mental health. So don't do it. Find a way to be inclusive, to have that 80-20 mindset where 80% of the time you are productive, you're working out, you eat nutritious food and nutritionally dense foods, and then 20% of the time you go out with friends, you have that food you wanted to have, that meal, your favorite dish, and just not work out maybe if you're on vacation, and just relax and have a self-care night instead of being productive and working until 1 a.m. in the morning. Because as I previously said, consistency is key. And if you are consistent and you are not perfect all of the time, you're perfect 80% of the time, and then 20% of the time you just do what you need to do for your soul and your mind, that will bring you much further than being perfect for a while and then going absolutely crazy, losing all of your progress in another week or two. And that is just not sustainable, and it will also not make you happy. So please find balance. And then fourth, I just caught onto this topic. It is okay to work out for physique goals. I feel like people on social media tend to say nowadays, your body is perfect, you're perfect the way you are, it's okay to have higher body fat and you should feel comfortable in your body, and you're perfect the way you are, you should not go on a weight loss journey or on a fitness journey because your body is amazing. And that is true, your body is indeed amazing, and you should not shame yourself for the way you look right now. But still, I feel like putting that shame on people who try working out or who try to change the way they eat in order to lose weight or to look a certain way, putting that expectation on them that they should love their body no matter what, is also a form of shaming them and shaming their bodies. Because I feel like when we don't feel good in our body and we don't feel comfortable in the way we look and the way we feel and the way our clothes fit, for example, and then we know that we should work out or eat healthy in order to feel better, to look better, but then we feel shame around that topic because people on social media or in real life just keep telling us that we should not change because we're perfect the way we are. That will put unnecessary stress and shame on us, because we still want to feel better, of course. And then there are many people saying, oh, you should work out only for these amazing health benefits holding, like bone density, longevity, being healthy when you're older, mental health. And while all of these different things are very important and of course really beneficial for you if you are going on your fitness journey, and it's great for your body, I feel like it's still fine to work out to look a certain way as long as you keep that balance we just talked about. I think it's an important message to people to say it is fine if you don't feel good in your body, if you don't feel good about the way you look. Go on a fitness journey. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you don't slide into these disordered eating patterns, and as long as you try to keep balance and try to not get body dysmorphia. I don't see anything wrong with that, because that can be the greatest motivation to start your fitness journey, and that is how I started as well. And then over time you will fall in love with all of the health benefits and also just the way it makes you feel, because right now I don't have to use discipline anymore to get myself to go to the gym. I just go automatically. I am excited every morning I wake up to go to the gym because I just love it so much. I love how it makes me feel. I also love the way it makes me look, and that is fine. And then as the fifth and last lesson, we have you don't have to suffer, because I feel like it is so engraved in our minds that a workout is a way to punish ourselves for maybe the way we feel, the way we were eating, and that every workout has to be super intense. And I experienced this myself, where when I started going to the gym and I was able to walk home after a leg day, and I could walk and my legs weren't shaking and I wasn't dripping sweat contemplating my entire life choices, I was disappointed in myself, because I was thinking, if I'm not sore, if I'm not literally dying in my workout, I did something wrong and this was not a worthy workout and I didn't complete my goal of working out. And that is so untrue, because again, consistency is key, and not every workout has to be super intense, and you don't have to be sore to see muscle growth and to have had a good workout. Of course, these sessions are very beneficial, not only for your muscle growth or your cardiovascular health, just your health in general. To have these high intensity sessions, that is good, but you should not have them every single day. And it is fine to miss a day of working out, and it is fine to not have the super intense workout. And if you are on your period as a woman and you don't feel like doing a whole weightlifting session and you do like 10 minutes of Pilates or even 5 minutes of nap workout instead, that is so valid and that is so fine, and you should not shame yourself or be disappointed in yourself for that reason, because you still showed up and you still kept the streak going, and that is what is most important. And even if you did not show up, if you took a day off, just try to not miss 2 days in a row, get back on it tomorrow, and then everything is fine. That little one day will not make a dent in your progress. Okay, so we have reached the end of today's video. Of course, there are so many more lessons I learned on my fitness journey, but I feel like these were the 5 most essential ones in terms of mindset and my views around fitness, nutrition, and your fitness and workout journey. So if you like this video, please consider subscribing and leaving a like, maybe even leaving a comment. So I hope you like this video, and I will see you next week. And as always, love you. Bye.